right? Because what does a fire do? If you're on an island, why would you start a fire?
Because when we start a fire in an island, people will consider it as a sign of people, so they would rescue them.
Exactly. The first thing you do if you're stranded in a deserted island or out in the forest or anywhere, you want to make a fire, because if people are looking for you, they might see the smoke, and if they're searching at nighttime in the total blackness, you're going to see a fire. Oh, over there, right? An easy way to be found. So you always want to have a fire. So the boy wanted to make a fire because he knew the boat where they were going to look for him. Your father forgot to tell you about the test.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Are you sure you're not just pointing fingers? His fault. Her fault. Are you sure? Are you sure he forgot?
Of course, he admitted. He admitted.
He admitted to it, huh? He admitted it?
Yeah.
Aha. I thought you would know. All right. No problem. So here we are. Interest 17 speaking test. You know what that means, yeah?
Yeah, I know.
It means we go to interest 18 next week. And we're going to be a B1 level. Huh?
Yeah, I'm going to watch.
Yeah, well, this is upper B1. So we're going into, upper A1. So now we're going to go to English CEFR B1. So it's another level higher. So you guys are getting more fluent and more fluent and more fluent every month. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So how was your day?
I don't know. It's normal like other days.
Just normal like other days?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right, little Milo, we're going to start our part 1, which is about being a kid or being a teen. We all have many things to worry about in life. So I'm going to ask some questions just to see what you think and what you would do, just like we did in our lesson on those other teens that we talked about. First question. What would you do if you failed an exam?
I would be extremely disappointed because when I was a kid, the test was much easier than now, and I was an intelligent student
before, but not now.
So if I failed my exam, I will be extremely disappointed and sad.
But what would you? That's how you would feel. What would you do? Would you tell your mom and dad? Yeah, what would you do? Would you ask to do it again? You're going to cry. Have you ever failed an exam before?
I failed my exam because before I have 9 point for all my math test, and once I have an 8 for a math test. I was so disappointed, and my mom is either.
She was disappointed too.
Yeah.
Two. Same. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not fail. 8 on 10 is like 80%. That's still really good, but not good enough.
Yeah. You okay? So it's okay.
So you never failed an exam. You never got an F.
I got an F because of my school have a mistake on my test. They put me on the Columo or what, I don't know. But
Oh, okay. So they
then
corrected it
I
one.
have a then I have 1 point for chemistry, but actually I got an 8. Yeah, I was so confused and scared.
Yeah. Did your mom think you failed too, or you corrected it before
Yeah,
your mom saw it?
I didn't know about it. I thought I did so good, but the school did so wrong for me.
Accident. It was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident, and
Oh,
nobody wants it. Me too.
all right. That's good. At least you didn't fail one yet. What would you do if someone in your school didn't like you?
I will ignore them.
Just ignore them?
Yeah, I would just ignore them because if I argue with them, I will get in big trouble because they are all have a big company of friendship. So if I argue with them, I will be posted in on Facebook, and yeah, a big trouble will come to me.
So why don't you post them on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if they make faces at you?
They wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what how to describe it in English, but they will just tell their friends that me argue with they, so I'm wrong.
Ah, so they'll just try to hurt your reputation or something. Say that you were wrong. That's what
Yeah.
you need. You need your phone. You need to video, get the evidence.
Yeah, I don't think so. It was so sensitive.
Yeah, no, definitely it's best to ignore people like that for sure. For sure. See, I think Jason would probably punch them in the nose. Maybe. Who knows? I'll ask
Yeah.
him later. All right. So, being a teenager, you're 14 now. That's not easy. Lots of stress. You're growing up. You're becoming a young
Yeah.
woman. All kinds of different changes all the time. What do you often worry about? What bothers you the most? What do you worry about sometimes or most times?
Most of the time, I worried about my studies and my homework and my deadline that the teachers gave me. And sometimes I worried about my relationship between my parents and me. Sometimes I have a small argument with them,
Mm-hmm.
and I was pretty stressed up about that.
Stressed out or
Yeah.
stressed. You could say stressed out or just stressed. Yeah, school is stressful. You got to get good marks because you got to be able to. Once you're finished school, you'll realize it's not that big a deal because then you'll go into whatever field you want to study and whatever you're going to do. But when you're going through high school, it can be stressful. And arguing with parents, yeah, that's a tough one too. What do you guys usually argue about? Your friends, your schools, your work around the house? What kind of things do you argue with your parents?
My mom always told me that I'm a lazy girl.
Every parent thinks their kids are lazy. That's normal.
But my dad is not mad at me like my mom. He is always calm with me and try to understand me.
You know why your mom worries so much, right?
Yeah.
Why?
And because she knows that I'm a growing girl now, and I have to do my responsible.
Be responsible.
Yeah, be responsible to myself.
Absolutely. Be responsible to yourself first and then try to do a good job with other people. I think a lot of it too is, parents sometimes they're hard on their kids, but it's because they don't want them to make the same mistakes they made. And they want to make sure that you have a good fighting chance when you get to become an adult. So they want you to have the best possible tools and education. So it's because they care. If they didn't love you, that's the thing you'll notice. People who are hard on you or complain mostly is because they care. Because if they didn't care about you, they wouldn't say anything.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I don't care about you, I'm not even going to talk about you. I don't care what she does. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Right? But if
Yeah,
I'm
it
sitting
will
there,
be extremely.
yeah, if I'm sitting there and I'm saying, look, you got to do this, you got to study that, you got to do better in this, da, 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 da. I'm saying it because I care.
Yeah.
You'll notice. You'll do it too. You won't worry about people you don't care about, but you'll be hard on people you do care about. All right, let's go to topic 2. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It was a good warm-up. So topic 2 is about meals. And we had a topic in the class where we talked with 3 different teenagers. I think one was in England. Yeah, one was in England, one was in Japan, I think, and one was in Mexico. And they talked about the different breakfasts and meals they ate. So I changed it a bit and I just asked some general questions about meals, right? Because meals is all 3. So in your opinion, what do you think is a healthy breakfast?
In my opinion, a healthy breakfast will provide us an enough amount of nutrients and energies for us to doing stuff and working during the day.
That's what it provides. But what would the meal be? What would the breakfast be? What would be nutritious with lots of nutrients and provide you energy? Sugar?
Because I think they will contain daily products
Like what?
and vitamins, minerals, and yeah.
But that's what's in the food. I want to know, what food would you make? You want to make a healthy breakfast for your mom and dad. What would you cook them? What would the meal be? What would you cook? What would you prepare?
I think I would make them some bread. You know bread?
Some bread. I know bread. I just had some bread. Bread and cheese.
And sometimes my mom would make for us noodles and pho.
Oh, noodles. Okay, so some noodles,
Yeah.
some bread. What else? What else are you gonna
And
get?
sometimes my mom would be a bit lazy sometimes, and she would just give us rice and eggs fries.
Eggs are good for breakfast for sure. Some people like rice for breakfast. The Japanese do, I think. Yeah. What about some orange juice and some fruit?
Usually we just
Not about usually. If you were going, you could make anything. What would you make for a healthy breakfast? Anything you want. It can be pizza.
maybe some milk.
Some milk?
It would be a great idea.
Do you like cereals?
I used to eat cereals, and when I was a kindergarten kids, but then I ignored them, and yeah, I think they was boring.
Okay. Describe your favorite meal. It doesn't have to be healthy. It's just if you can have anything, eat anything, or make anything, what would be your favorite meal?
I have many favorite meals, but the meals I like most is spicy noodle. Yeah, it's
Spicy
pretty
noodle.
spicy. Yeah.
Spicy. You like hot food. Spicy, spicy.
Yeah, spicy noodles give me so much happy, gives me happy emotion.
Happy
You
feeling.
know the dopamine, right? You know dopamine, right?
Which one? Baming.
Dopamine.
Bamin. No, I don't know it. That's a Vietnamese food.
No, I think it's comes from Korean. I think so.
Oh, like the kimchi, like the spicy kimchi, that cabbage.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. But you like Korean food, right? I think you told me
I
you like
think
Korean food.
I'm not really into Korean foods, but I prefer Japanese food.
Prefer Japanese food. Okay. Yeah, Japanese too. Yeah, a lot of good food there for sure. Okay, so spicy noodles is your favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. Pizza, hamburgers, fried chicken. That's fine. So
You
let's
like it
say,
because you're an American. No,
yeah,
you're a Canadian.
a Canadian. Yeah. Well, I say I like that, and people would think I eat unhealthy, but I don't like restaurant and takeout fast food fried chicken, hamburgers, and pizza. I like making it like fresh, like taking real eggs and real breadcrumbs and flour and making fresh chicken and then battering it myself, all nutritious, nothing from the restaurant, no packages, and then air drying it, the air fryer or oil fry. It's okay, but it's all natural ingredients, so it's healthy. And pizza, I like making my own dough, my own bread, real tomatoes, and making a pizza sauce, and then putting real cheese on it, and mushrooms and onions and pepperoni and stuff like that. Making it fresh at home. I love it. And hamburgers
Yeah,
too.
sometimes my mom makes for us. Pizza too was a bit messy because my mom doesn't really know how to make pizza, but
It's messy.
it tastes good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
It's
tastes
good.
good. Yeah.
If you make it at home, it's not bad for you. It's fresh bread, fresh tomatoes, fresh vegetables, and stuff on top. And even my
Yeah.
burgers, if you saw my little video, the smash burger, right? I get the fresh ground beef, not from Loteria or McDonald's, but the fresh beef. And I make my patties with onions and herbs and spices, and then real cheese and lettuce and tomato, and eat it at home. That's a healthy burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
what
you can make a bread too. It's too much easier.
make your own bread buns. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the kind of food, even though I say fried chicken, hamburgers, and pizza, but not fast food. I like to make it at home. So it's healthy.
Yeah.
Healthier. All right. What else do we got here? Okay. So let's say your mom and you are going to make a pizza. Like she said, it's really good and she makes a pizza. What ingredients, toppings, yeah, ingredients would you put on the perfect pizza? What is your perfect pizza? What would you put on it? You have the dough and you have the tomato sauce. And then
In my mind, the most thing we should have, the thing we must have in a pizza is a dough and tomato sauce. And the topic I would like to add is, of course, cheese, tomato sauce, and
well, the dough, the bread, the pizza sauce, and the cheese are automatic. What else would you put on it?
I think I would like to put some ham and some pineapple slice, and maybe I would choose something like I would add an extra ingredients like, do you know the things? I don't know how to describe in English. Let me see. It's called floss. Do you know shrimp floss?
Shrimp
I think
floss. Like little shrimps?
It's a shrimp but stretched out like the bunch of cotton. It looks like that.
Oh, okay. So stringy squid, dry squid. And you put that on your pizza too?
Yeah. I
Wow,
think
that
it
sounds
will be a nice ingredients.
Wow. Well, I've seen shrimp pizzas. I'm not crazy about seafood pizza, but I've seen them. And I know a lot of people like them. Yeah, but when you say the Hawaiian and I mean, when you say the ham and pineapple, that's like they call that Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
My
go,
mom's loves to put pineapple on pizza.
me too. I like it. I like Hawaiian pizzas. Some people say it's terrible, it's sacrilege, but I think it's really good. I make it with a little bit of dried pepper, chili peppers on it too, to give it a little spiciness. And sometimes I put the ham, the pineapple, a little bit of chili pepper. And what I put some fried red onions on there too. That was really good. That's how we did it at Cowboys. Hawaiian pizza. All right, so that would be your favorite pizza. Let's go to what is it? Part 2, reading comprehension. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so we reviewed that reading about Michael Purgo. I have a hard time saying that name. A British author. Tell me about him. What do you know? Who is Michael Morpurgo?
Michael Morpurgo is a much loved British author.
He is.
And
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, it's enough now.
So why are we reading about him? Why is he famous? Why did we have a lesson about this author? What did he do?
Because he has written over 100 books for children, and several of them won prize, and some of them are well known all around the world.
Yeah, so he became famous from some of his books. What are some of his best books? Most popular books?
They're including War Horse and Kensuke's Kingdom.
It's true. Would you like to read Kensuke's Kingdom?
I haven't heard about this story, but I think I would like to read about it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in the second part of this reading comprehension. Okay. So he's an author now. He's 80 years old. Today he would be 80 years old, 1943, same age as my father. What careers did Michael have before he became an author? He wasn't always an author. That just came later.
After university, he became an officer in the army, but after that, he left and became a primary school teacher.
Yeah, so what did he study in school? Did he study to be a teacher?
Can you ask again?
What did he study in school? Did he study to become a teacher?
No, I think he studied like other children, and in the universe, he studied French.
University. He studied French. Yeah, he loved French. All right, so he studied French and ended up joining the army, becoming an officer, and then he became a primary school teacher. And then when he was a teacher, he started finding a passion for writing and became a famous author. That's right. But then, after he was a successful author, he did something. Why did Michael and his wife buy a farm? They want to be farmers?
They became a volunteer, I think.
They bought?
Because they made a charity called Farms for City Children.
That's right. So what do the kids get to do?
This farm made for children from cities to come to spend time in the country looking after animals.
Yeah, so kids get to go there and look after animals and see what farm like is life. Would you like to do that for a day? Go stay on a farm and see how everything is done?
Yeah, I would like to.
Me too.
Maybe it's a bit messy and dirty, but I would like to experience it.
It would be messy. It's a farm, but yeah, me too. I think that would be very cool. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to Kensuke's Kingdom now, and we're going to read an extract from that book. And I'll ask you some questions about that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this one, I want you to read the small part too. Washed up on an island in the Pacific, Michael struggles. So this is about a story where a kid, this is the novel. I just got it. I have it now on the computer. I'm going to go through it because I think I'm going to start a Sunday morning reading class, and we're going to read Kensuke's Kingdom. Sounds really interesting. I'll let you know when I start it if you're interested. The boy falls off the boat, and he ends up getting swept away and ends up on a deserted island. But when he gets on the island, he's in the middle of the Pacific, and he ends up meeting an old Japanese soldier. But the Japanese soldier's been there for like a couple of decades. He's getting old now. He's been there a long time. But he thinks World War II is still happening, that people are still fighting in the 1940s, World War II with Hitler. Because remember, the Japanese were fighting against Vietnam and down in the South Pacific, yeah?
Yeah.
So this guy crashed his plane during the war. The enemy was the British and the Americans. So he thought that it was still wartime, but he didn't know because no radio, no phone, no nothing. But this is like, 30, 40 years later. So really interesting. Okay, so read that. Washed up on an island in the Pacific. That's the little boy, Michael. Yeah, that's an interesting story about Kensuke's kingdom. So the boy is on the beach and he finally sees this old man with a wispy beard coming running up the street screaming at him. Why was the old man angry?
I think the boy is approaching his domination and he was aggressive, I think.
Boy was aggressive?
Mm,
Why do you think? Remember, I don't know if you were in the last part of the class when we had this discussion, right? Because I'm going to have to give you the answer here because I'm not sure if you remember. The old man was angry because, right, he was a Japanese soldier, right? And he crashed his plane and he was deserted on that island. But he'd been there. He was an old man now, right? The war had been over for many, many years, World War II, right? Before you were born, before I was born. It's my father's born then, 80 years ago. So he didn't know. So he was angry because the boy was trying to make a fire, right? Because what does a fire do? If you're on an island, why would you start a fire?
Because when we start a fire in an island, people will consider it as a sign of people, so they would rescue them.
Exactly. The first thing you do if you're stranded in a deserted island or out in the forest or anywhere, you want to make a fire, because if people are looking for you, they might see the smoke. And if they're searching at nighttime in the total blackness, you're going to see a fire. Oh, over there, right? An easy way to be found. So you always want to have a fire. So the boy wanted to make a fire because he knew the boat where they were going to look for him. All right. So if there's a fire going, especially at nighttime, they might see the fire over the horizon somewhere. Oh, look, there's light over there. Let's go that way. and find the boy. So can you figure out why the Japanese soldier, the old man, do you know why he didn't want a fire?
I don't know.
Actually, that's the last question. Okay, so we'll come back to that question. What language did Michael think the old man was speaking?
He thinks that the boy might speak American
No,
English.
the boy was English.
The boy.
What did he think the old man was speaking? Remember when he was coming up the street, coming up the beach, Damada, Damada, no fire, Damada, and he was speaking in a different language. The boy, what did he think the old man was speaking?
The boy thinks that he might speak Chinese or Japanese.
Exactly. All right. And question 3 was, why did Kensuke say, my island, no fire, Damada, no fire, you understand? Now, remember, right? He's a soldier. He's from the war. He doesn't know the war is over. And he's angry because the boy is making a fire because he wants his parents to find him. So why is the old man angry about the fire? Why doesn't he want to be found?
Because if there is a fire and he just know that the Second World War is still continuing, so that he scared that his enemy will find him and
exactly, his enemy. He thought the war was still going on, so he was scared if there's a fire, the Americans or the British will find me and I'll be a prisoner of war. So no fire. He's hiding. Yeah. Because he thinks the war is still happening. That's right. Okay, you got it. See, you just have to think a little bit. No problem. Easy. You're a smart girl. Last question. What does damada mean?
I think damada means no good or worthless, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Damada means 2 things. Either worthless person, or no good, you no good. Damada. All right, we are done. Your grammar is pretty good. I think it's improving. But you definitely have to be more participative in the vocab challenge, because sometimes you have a hard time finding the words that you want to say. And we have to keep building up that vocabulary.
Yeah, sometimes I make it complicated and I failed.
Well, no, you didn't fail. You did good. But I know you could do better if you learned more vocabulary, right? Because it doesn't matter what you want to learn in life. You want to learn a language, you need to learn the words first, right? When I learned Indonesian, I didn't have to say, hey, guys, there's an emergency over here. The building is on fire and there's a baby on the on the 3rd floor. Somebody has to save the baby. Call the police, right? If I know enough vocabulary, I can say, fire, smoke, baby. And I just said all of that in 3 words. Fire, smoke, baby. And I pointed. You see what I mean? The more words you know, the more you can speak the language. It's the same thing if you want to be a doctor, you want to be a dentist, you want to be an engineer. If you don't know the words, like right now, I'm learning accounting. And it's difficult because I have to do all the accounting for Newway now in Canada. But guess what? When I'm reading and they're telling me what to do, well, what is an invoice? What does that mean? What do you mean charges accounted? I don't understand. Because I don't know the vocabulary for accounting. So now I'm learning the words so I can understand what they're saying to me. How many times you talk to a doctor and you have no idea what the doctor said? For me, every time. Well, you have a cardiomyopathy and then what? Did you speak English? All right, so
sometimes I have a confused moment with the doctor too, because she just said in her carrier language, and I don't understand anything. I just
Exactly.
understand the half of the story.
Exactly. So that's why it is so important to build your vocabulary, broaden it. Because the more vocabulary you have, the easier it's going to be to make sentences and make paragraphs and explain yourself. So I want you to participate harder and start winning some vocab challenges. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
No fire, just vocabulary. All right, we're done. I will see you next week in Interest 18, which I believe we are now CEFR B1. Woohoo! Good job.
So it's what it's enough. Yeah.
We're done.
So goodbye.
Bye, Milo.
Goodbye.